No idea who this is. Neither does Norman. Neither does one person in this building. Maybe Sus does. Do you know who Swavy is? Clap. Clap if you know who Swavy is. Okay. Sus?
Nah, it's not my cup of tea. That I got going on right now.
Well, he's a TikTok star. He's got more followers than me. 2.5 million.
On TikTok, but on Instagram, you have more followers.
Well, as my son Kevin would say, no one uses Instagram anymore.
What?
And as far as TikTok, I don't use that at all. I don't know what that is. I don't want to be involved. So here he is. He's 19, and he was murdered Monday morning.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for clicking the video. Today I want to talk about Wendy Williams. So I tried to do this video yesterday and I kept getting really upset and just going on this long rant. So now that I'm calmed down, I'm going to try to go over this again. So if you don't know, Wendy Williams has her own TV show. To me, she's almost like a drama channel, channel, like one of the bad ones though, you know. But she's like multiplied, like on another level of, you know, big. She's national TV. So I just looked her up and it says she has 2.4 million viewers, daily viewers on an average. So there was 2.4 million people who seen this episode she did on this TikToker, Swavy. So she starts it off where she has this picture up on the screen and she says, you know, she tells her audience, this young man, Swavy, has like 2.5 million followers on TikTok. So the audience is all like, what? Like, oh. And then she's like, yeah, and I don't even know who he is. And nobody who works here knows who he is. And none of you guys probably even know who he is. So clap your hands if you know who Swavy is. Which a couple of people clapped their hands, to her surprise. Like, she was probably hoping nobody would clap their hands because that would have, like, proved her point that this kid is literally irrelevant and nobody knows who he is. So then she said, and then her crew member, he comes on and he says, it's okay, Wendy. It's okay. He might have, you know, 2.5 million followers on TikTok, but he don't have you beat on followers on Instagram. So then all the crowd, they're like hooting, hollering, and clapping, and yeah, carrying on, which a lot of people are blaming the crowd. I don't blame the crowd just because there's no way they could have known where this was going. Like, I don't think they even had an idea of where she was taking this story. Like right now, if you didn't really know what was going on, you wouldn't even know where I'm taking the story. So then the truth bomb comes out, like why she's even talking about this young man in the first place. And it is that, in fact, he has passed away. He is no longer with us. And so then the whole crowd, they're like taken back. Like, you can hear them gulp and like, you know, and they're like, you can even see it on their faces. They're like, well, wait a minute, what were we just laughing about, you know? Why does the numbers matter? And then, as she looks at his picture, before she tells the audience, she looks him up and down. It's like she's comparing herself to this young man who is no longer with us. What does it matter? Okay, so the people who are trying to defend her, their point is that Wendy did not know where this was going. She was just reading the teleprompter. She had no idea where this story was leading to. Okay, here's the prime problem with that. One, if it's your show, okay, it's got your name attached to it, so therefore you should know what you're talking about on your show beforehand. You should have done your research and know what you're going on your show to talk about. Okay? Two, if that was the case, when she found out that he was no longer with us and what had happened to him, she should have stopped right then and there and said, oh my, you know, I am so sorry. My condolences to the family. But did she do that? No, she didn't do that. But what she did do was say, oh man, 2.5 million followers. What a shame. They're just all lost now because he's gone. It was, what a waste, right? Because that's all that matters is the numbers, okay? I mean, what world are we living in, you know? That was my first problem. My second problem with this was she proceeds to say that this is a young black man and that he was gunned down. So this was in relation of gun violence. So one could maybe put together that, you know, I don't know, maybe he was in like a gang or, you know, affiliated with others who are carrying weapons and, you know. Then she proceeds to say the man who allegedly shot him was a drug dealer. So now, if you don't know and you're not even caring to look any further or even try to figure out who he is, you're going to think, okay, here's this young black man, so he's probably into gun violence and gangs and drug dealing, you know, drug dealing gone wrong. Like, that's what she portrayed this man to be. But remember, the very first thing came out of her mouth, she didn't know who he was. She don't know not one thing about him. She portrayed that man so wrong. This family just lost a family member. And they have to get on TV, have people calling them up, letting them know that their son and that their brother's name is being drugged across national TV by this woman who don't even know who he is. Couldn't even say his name right. I'm sorry, guys. It makes me so mad. So the family spoke out and they said they want an apology. I don't blame them. You publicly got on your TV show and you denounced this young man's name. You need to publicly get on that TV show and apologize. I'm sorry, it fires me up. So I'm going to play both, like the episode where she, you know, talks about it and also the family's response. You know, this young man, a lot of people looked up to him about, you know, his style and his fashion, and he made a lot of people laugh. He had, you know, humor, and I'm going to leave a little bit there about him because, I mean, what she did, how she tried to portray him and name him is not correct, and it's not who he is. Okay. So about a week or so ago, another person that she was being scrutinized for going after was Tabatha Brown. So Tabatha Brown is a prominent black woman, and she's an influencer, and it says like she does, I don't know what, I'm not a vegan, so I know she has like pain and stuff, and she learned to deal with that through like eating vegan. So she talks about like that, and then she's like a motivation speaker. So she's like positive, right? She has this positive platform. Here you go. Here you got this negative force coming in. Wendy Williams, Tabatha Brown, to let everybody know that her husband, who was a Los Angeles police officer for 15 years, they together as a couple for 23 years. They've been married 23 years, and they have decided that they were financially in a place where her husband could retire from being a police officer. And he's going to do some stuff like around the community, things that he like kind of always dreamed about doing, you know, helping children and, you know, doing good around the community. And, you know, that's great, right? And I don't even blame Tabatha, because I actually know someone personally whose husband is a police officer, and the public and police officers right now aren't at a very good standing. So I understand being scared if your husband is a police officer, whether or not he's going to come home every night. My friend would tell me about her kids. Every time her husband would work at night, her kids would go to bed crying because they didn't know if their dad was going to come home in the morning. That's how scary it is. So I don't blame. If you're financially, you know, in a place where you can stay home and, you know, more power to you. It's none of my business, and it damn for sure ain't none of Wendy Williams' business. So why she decided to go on her show and say that she compared her marriage, Wendy compared her marriage to, you Tabatha and her husband's marriage, says I was married to one of those, like this man some kind of leech or something. He just worked for 15 years. But then in the same breath, she's like, a man needs to be working. And you having him stay home, you're taking his identity from him. He's a police officer. That's all he knows. That's him, What do you know? She also says she predicts that their marriage is going to end and they're going to be on the rocks soon and all that. I'm just like, I don't even understand why you would even speak about it. I don't understand it at all.
But I cannot believe, though, I watched this Tabatha Brown, her response back to Wendy Williams, and let me tell you how classy she kept it. So, to me, and it's hard. I'm telling you, when somebody is just going at you, disrespecting you, you want to match that energy, right? That's just your first response, is just to attack back. No, but what gets them the worst, what hurts people and makes people more mad is when you stay calm and you do exactly what Tabatha Brown did, which was say, Wendy Williams, I will pray for you. You must be a very hurt individual. I know you're hurting inside, and I will keep you in my prayers. And, she just went on for a while, but it was so classy. Like, I loved it. Like, it was great to watch.
So that's why I don't understand why people really watch Wendy Williams. Let me know if you guys watch Wendy. I just feel like, T-channel, drum channels, for the most part, people who talk about, like, the gossip and all that, they come for people who, most likely deserve it, are doing some nasty behavior. To me, I feel like Wendy Williams goes for people who are successful, who are doing good things. And it's like, I don't know if it's because she's just so unhappy, she has to try to bring them down to her level. But she doesn't even go after people who deserve it. She goes after good people. But let me know what you guys think below. Do you watch Wendy? Do you not? The family's calling for her to lose her show. I'm not for, like, cancel culture and all that, but I do definitely think she should publicly go and apologize. Let me know, do you think that she should apologize to this family? Let me know what you guys think below. Like this video, dislike this video. If you haven't already, subscribe. And I will see you guys really soon. Take care. Bye.
I seen my son shot down in the street like that.
A mother watches her son's final moments. Tonight, Eyewitness News talks exclusively with a family heartbroken by the loss of a teen, followed online by millions and beloved by the ones he left behind. Good evening, I'm Joe Holden. We start tonight with this deadly shooting of a 19-year-old man. His killer still out there. Matima Miller, known as Swavy, had millions of followers on TikTok. He's now part of a growing list of people shot and killed in Delaware's most populous city. This evening, the victim's family is speaking only to Eyewitness News reporter Jasmine Payute.
He was a star. He is a star. Like, we always knew he was a star. Like, he was bigger than life.
With nearly 3 million followers on TikTok, social media users knew Swavy for his dance moves, skits, and sense of style.
He was very outgoing, so courageous. He had no fear. Like, he would go anywhere and just bust out in rhythm.
But to his loved ones, Matima Miller was so much more than a trend. They're talking only to CBS 3.
Matima was a beautiful person. Like, he had such a wonderful soul. His legacy will live on forever.
A gunman shot and killed the 19-year-old on Albert Place just before 11 o'clock Monday morning in Wilmington, Delaware. His mother tells me she was forced to watch his final moments.
I'm mentally going through because I seen it. I seen my son shot down in the street like that. Bullets in him. Y'all don't know what I'm going through.
Adding to their heartbreak, the family feels they have to be on the defensive after talk show host Wendy Williams commented about the TikTok star's death and number of followers.
Look at my eyes and stuff, y'all. Like, as a mother, Wendy Williams, how dare you? So disrespectful. I used to watch you as a child growing up. Even though you got a gossip show and all that, you didn't even know my son.
But according to his big brother, his name, Matima, means strong heart in Swahili. And that's what they're choosing to focus on as they continue their search for justice.
I never knew how big he was until
he was put in this situation. And one thing I can say is they did give him his flowers while he was here.